Good morning, guys. It is December 12th, and I am in Penetanguishene, and I slept the night in a blizzard. And this video should go out next Thursday. Sometimes it doesn't go out when I need it to go out, or I want to put it out earlier. I don't know. Depends on how things go. Thanks for all the feedback you gave me in the last video about long videos versus a long video broken up into two. So I appreciate all your feedback. I'd already split it into two, and there's so many people that would like to see an hour-long video. So I am going to head home and rethink it. It's such a difficult situation. It's like crazy slippery and everything, and this guy is almost on my butt. It's like, dude, do you not see the weather? And of course, it's always the 4x4 people that are the ones that end up in ditches because they think they're invulnerable to slippery conditions, and they think they can get through anything. And when you talk to tow truck drivers, they'll be like, yeah, we pull out more 4x4 trucks than anybody else. So there you go, there's the proof. So yeah, yesterday I got to eat at a really nice restaurant down by the water, and then I got to another one this morning. Hung out at Tim Hortons for a little bit last night. I had to go uphill again. Oh boy. Oh, they got a Finn's Irish pub here too. So Carol and I ate here probably like 3 years ago, maybe 4 to 7 years ago. I came here because somebody really wanted me to eat at a place called Pizza Delight. And as a kid and growing up in Scarborough, born and raised till I was 16, then we moved out. But I remember Pizza Delights being in our area, and then they all just kind of disappeared, it seems. And so people that live in Penetanguishene said, oh, you got to come to Penetanguishene and do a pizza review at Pizza Delight. It's their favorite pizza of all time. So I came here, and I think I did a medium pepperoni, and they're the type of pizza place that cooks it so that the pepperoni all curl up like little cups. And when I first looked at it, I'm like, oh, they burnt it. But after eating it, it was perfect. So it wasn't black burnt, but the pepperoni were more done than I'm used to. And as I'm eating it, it felt like I was eating bacon because all the pepperoni was all crunchy and tasty. And over time, I've learned to enjoy overcooked, for me, pepperoni. So right now it's 8:11 in the morning. It says I'm going to be home by 9:15, but I have a full tank of gas, so I feel good that I have my tank is full. I also have lots of food in here, lots of water, got my heater, I've got my 2 jackeries, I've got my electric blanket, so I'm prepared for being stuck somewhere. I made sure I had enough for 2 days of food and water. So always be prepared, especially when you're going to be camping overnight and you could be stuck in that spot. I was actually stuck in front of the breakfast place that I ate at because I turned around and started coming back. You can't see any of the lines on the road, so I didn't know where the parking was. And I figured right in front of the restaurant should be a parking spot. Most towns like that would have a parking spot right in front of the restaurants. And she's like, oh, no, there's no parking on this side. It's the other side, and it's angled parking. So I had to follow suit what other people were doing. There was 2 other cars there. But again, I couldn't see any lines. I didn't know what I should do or where I should be. But then trying to leave that spot in front of the restaurant because it was on a hill, my wheels just spun, and I literally had to go back all the way down the street and then just kind of swing the car around to go down another street and then come back, which was another big hill, and I'm glad I made it up that one. But there's nothing worse than a big hill coming up to a stop sign and you're still on the hill because you'll slip. These wheels seem to be fine, but when you're on that certain slant, it doesn't matter what kind of wheel you have, and there's ice underneath, you're just gonna spin away. Unless you have 4-wheel drive, maybe that would be better. This is just front-wheel drive. So there were no hockey games on last night. Oh, the sun is poking through the only spot. Whoa, dude. It's like perfect sun right through the black clouds. And we're going uphill. Oh my God. Just keep going slow, Ken. Keep going slow. I forgot to take down my stealth camping blinds. But I'm so used to driving the Sprinter, and you know, there's no windows in that either. I just use my mirrors and away you go. Whew. The sun has disappeared behind that cloud. Hopefully we turn a different direction soon, or there's more clouds to block that sun this early in the morning. I'd like to have flown my drone, but it's just way too windy and gusty, and I just don't really feel like losing a drone today. Yeah, they got a Starbucks there, an A&W. They got lots of stuff in this town. It's pretty much a self-sufficient town. They got McDonald's, and I think they also have a Burger King, Firehouse Subs. They got a big Galaxy Cinema, Cineplex Odeon. Yeah, there's the Burger King. And that's that Jimmy's family restaurant that I ate at. Pizzaville, Tim Hortons, of course. And that's the McDonald's there. Pretty cool town. Yeah, they got 2 food lands. There's one here, and that's where I camped at the other food land in the downtown area. So I found like a perfect spot by the cart return, but the food land closed at 10, and I had finished my dinner and everything by I think 6:30, and I didn't want to have to sit there for 4 hours in that spot with people coming and going while they're getting their groceries. So I had to like move my van to a more isolated spot so that I could have lights on in here. I still haven't put up a blind here to stop light from coming out the front. So I kind of parked towards a big snow mound or a snow bank, and got to watch a few Office episodes and watch some other videos, and then go through all your comments on my latest video on my vlog channel. Again, thank you very much for all your feedback, guys. It was awesome. While I was sitting in here after dinner relaxing and watching TV in the office and stuff, it was probably around 3 degrees. So you can kind of handle that for a little bit when you're fully dressed and you've got your hat on and everything. But there's only so long you can kind of stand that big gust of wind going across. So I started up the heater a couple times, and then eventually it shuts off, and you're thinking that you're out of fuel, but no, the propane freezes. Because as the propane's being used, the container gets colder and colder and colder to the point where it just doesn't want to work anymore. But I had 2 other fuel tanks, so I let it, because it got up to about 15 degrees in here, which was perfect. And I had my jacket off, just had my hoodie on, and took my shoes off and just kick back and relax and enjoy the evening. And then eventually the temperature starts to drop. I stayed up as late as I could because I really wanted to take a picture of the van in the snowstorm. And all night, like from 6 o'clock to 10 to 12, it never really came down that hard, where it was blistering, and because I really wanted to get that amazing thumbnail for the video, because that's definitely going to get the views, bring people in anyway. Then you get the views. So I lucked out this morning when I got up at 6:30. Well, the plows woke me up at 3 to probably 4:30, and so when I woke up at 6:30 on my own, I set my alarm for 7:30. But when I woke up at 6:30, I could hear the blizzard happening. So I'm like, dude, just get up and then move the car, open up the hatchback, take your picture, get some video shots, and then go for breakfast. There was a place that opened up at 7, and so I got the picture, so I'm pretty happy with that. And it was still dark. Obviously, we're here in Canada. I think the 21st is the longest night, the shortest day here in Ontario, and then I think June 20th or 21st is the longest day, shortest night. So as of December 20th or 21st, it's going to start getting lighter out, but you know, it takes 6 months. So I remember when I first got rusty and I started doing stealth camps, I'd always ask Siri, well, what time's the sunrise? So I always wanted to get the sunrise for you guys because that looks amazing. And when I first started doing it, it was very early in the morning. And then as we got closer or more and more into the summer months, she's like, oh, you know, sunrise is at, 6. And you're like, oh crap, I gotta get up earlier now. And then 5:30. And then it was like, I can't remember in June, late June, when the sun rises, but it's way earlier than it is in the winter months, obviously. But I just remember I had to keep getting up earlier and earlier and earlier to get the sunrise. But obviously, and then the winter months, you just can't count on there being a cloudless sky to shoot that sunrise. But anyway, we'll get it one day. All right, guys, I got a sketchy drive all the way home. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with me on these videos. I really appreciate you guys giving me all that feedback. I'm really contemplating putting the video back into one big video because I've already split it up into two, put it up, and it's all ready to go for today. Today's Thursday. I want the video to go live. So I think I'm just going to go home and put it back together as one big long video. Just go through it a little bit more, maybe. You see, if I could get it down to 1 hour, that's my biggest problem. I think it's an hour and 16 minutes. I don't know how I'm going to strip 16 minutes out of that. It might be really, really, I might spend hours trying to take out 16 minutes. Anyway, you guys will find out. Thanks for all your feedback. Really appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye.